Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Golden Nuggets podcast. This is part 2 with Rae, and before we left, I told you I do have a question for you. So the question that I wanted to actually share with you, or rather ask you, right? I just want to dig your brains a little bit. Can you describe the process of recognizing when a mentor or a business partner, because you shared that story right just now, can you describe us the process of recognizing whether or rather when a mentor or business partnership is not aligned with your personal values?
Oh, okay. Okay, so number one, you need to know what your personal values are. Before you meet the mentor or the person, right now as you're listening to this podcast, it's not by chance. Take time to really list down what are your values, what do you value in business and in life. So are you someone that values people over profits? Are you someone that recognizes the importance of our humanity in the business world? And also give examples to what that means. I feel like it's quite contextualized. So ask yourself, in your industry, what are some business values / personal values, or both, that you really hold true, and it's important for your collaborators, your partners, and your mentors to also believe in these values, right? And there's alignment in them. So that's the first step. List them down.
Yeah.
Right? List them down and also challenge them. Even ask them why. Why is this important to you? Right. The second thing would then be, when you're looking for mentors and collaborators, see if you can ask questions and about their journey and about their opinions that help you identify if they share similar values as you. Right? Now that you know your values, it's easier to lead the conversation.
Yeah.
You can share stories, ask questions, and then it helps you identify if they do have an alignment in values with you, right? And the third thing is the importance of recognizing the hints that you're getting from the universe, as well as the whispers that your inner voice is whispering to you. Deep down, our intuition, our gut, we know. It's just that we ignore it. So when you're feeling that discomfort, get curious and ask yourself why.
Okay.
Why is it there? And address it. The longer you drag on, the worse it gets.
So is there identifying the red flags also?
Yeah. But red flags to different people will be different. So I think there's some red flags. I mean, very simple red flags would be, number one, someone that imposes their values on you. They think that's only their way of doing things is right. And maybe they subtly, when I use the word, it's not really manipulating, but they might be subconsciously doing this, but basically they're telling you that their way is the way. And there is, you can sense that they are trying to persuade you to do things their way, right? As opposed to help you understand what is the best way for you.
Yeah.
Right? So that's like the biggest red flag, biggest red flag, right? And I think another red flag would be observing how they react to things not going their way.
Okay.
Right? Or any mistakes that are made within the collaboration and the partnership. If they are often very hot-headed, or they respond in a very triggering way, then maybe that's something to visit. I don't know if that's someone you want to work with, or it kind of shows that they're not really in control of their emotions. If they're easily triggered, and if they seem quite they're holding on too much to their expectation of how you would do things, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, when you mentioned about identifying what are your own values, right? And what you mentioned just now about the red flags, right? It may not be a red flag to people of certain values, right?
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So will that be an issue?
So that's why it's important to know what yours are.
Okay.
Right? So once you know yours,
and then you can identify your own red flags.
Exactly. Be very grounded on that.
Okay.
That's it. Literally, and you could enter a room, and if you're not really enjoying the conversations you're having, because you're like, this is not the kind of conversations I want to have, but everybody is having a good time, then you know you're in the wrong room.
That's true.
That's just it, right? Because I've been for some community gatherings before where all the conversations are very focused on productivity, on efficiency, on profits, and there is a space for that.
Yeah.
But then maybe sometimes I'm in a season where I want to value recognizing self-care and sustainability, sustainable systems over like capitalistic systems where it's like more growth at all cost.
Okay.
So when you know what you value, then make sure that you're in the right rooms. And even if you want to join rooms that are not super aligned with your values, at least your intention is there. Oh, I'm coming into this room to learn this specific skill.
Okay.
But I know that I'm not going to fully resonate. But I'm inside to learn this specific skill, and I'm going to take back, and it's going to help me with my business. Right? As long as you're aware of what your intentions are, you are protecting your peace. Because the last thing you want is you start questioning,
Yes.
oh, I'm in this room, but everybody here is very successful. Why do I feel weird? Is it because I'm not good enough? You're going to start questioning yourself. So that's actually the second pillar of my Own Your Voice methodology, which is awaken your authentic self. So knowing your identity, your story, your brand, and your voice.
So, what's your thoughts then on when people say fake it till you make it?
Obviously, I'm not for it. Yeah, like don't fake it till you make it.
Because like sometimes, especially in business, right? I mean, like the most binary way to look at it is if you are profiting means you are a good business owner, right? So if you join maybe a community that always talk about profits and all, right? They know, I mean, like you knowing that other people are actually achieving this kind of revenue, and then you also want to do it too. So wouldn't you want to like fake it to be like them so that you can eventually achieve what you want in terms of business?
No, it depends what you want. So that is one way of thinking of measuring what a successful business is. But you get to decide how you want to measure a successful business.
Okay.
So you get to decide what is your business success metrics. And if let's say you decide my business success metrics is going to be mainly money and the bottom line, and I want to be like them, then you're not faking it. You are stepping into an identity you want to assume. Right? Because you're honest with yourself. I want to be like them. I know I want to be like them. Then you're just stepping into an identity you want to embody.
Okay.
But if deep down you're like, you can feel that this is not really something you resonate with, but you don't know why yet, right? Expose yourself to other points of view and other ways of thinking, other ways of running businesses, other ways of measuring business success metrics.
Okay.
I know of a mentor of mine who she values different metrics beyond like profitability. She values profitability, of course, but there are other things she values as well. Like, is it respecting my energy? Is it sustainable to my energy? Am I helping the community? Like, there are other things that she values and she sees as important in measuring business success, right? And when I hear from her, it really helps me reframe my idea of what business is about, because it's not just all about making money, it's also all these other things. It's about the relationships you're building. It's also about respecting your own humanity. It's also about alignment, right? It's sometimes putting your own alignment over profitability.
True.
Because unless you're here for short-term success, but if you want to build a business in the long term, then you need to look at your own values alignment and whether it is something you actually want to do. Like if this is a service you actually want to provide, because otherwise it's not going to be sustainable in the long run, right? But if someone wants a short-term business success and they're looking to build a company 3 to 5 years, sell it off, then maybe they don't need to value alignment. They just need to slog it off for 5 years and then sell it. That's not a bad way of doing things as well. It's just, what do you want to do, right? So that mentor that I told you about who values other metrics of success, she has earned $6 million from her one coaching product in 1 year.
Wow, okay.
So it's like, it shows you that different ways of thinking, different ways of measuring your business can also lead to conventional success. So I find that exposing yourself to different ways of thinking and running businesses is so important, because then you realize there's no one way to success. And then you will decide to choose the way that's the most aligned to you.
Okay. Let's track back and talk about you.
Why do you say that's so funny?
Like, how did you like eventually jump into entrepreneurship? Like, were you working somewhere else after you graduated, or did you immediately jump into entrepreneurship?
Well, it actually happened all by accident because as I shared in part 1, I realized the power of coaching and mentorship, and I started putting myself out there, doing trainings in schools, opening myself up to any free speaking gigs or paid speaking gigs, just speaking gigs in general. And it was one speaking gig that I was doing for a friend's startup launch that got me my first client, inbound.
Okay.
So someone saw me speaking, took a video of me, and one of their followers reached out to me and asked me if I had a coaching program. I didn't, but I just said yes, created a product for them, and that's how I got my first client. Same thing happened when I posted my first IGTV, back then when IGTV still existed. And
I totally forgot about that.
yeah, and someone saw my IGTV, resonated with the story that I shared, reached out to me and asked me if I had a coaching program. I didn't, once again, just said yes, did a discovery call with her and created a program for her. So having these 2 clients showed me that is something that's of demand. So I decided to create like a beta program, a sample program, a pilot program, that's the word. And ran that program with, I think, five people or so. Right? I sent out a market research survey, quite a number of people filled out my survey. I managed to get 5 people who want to try out my program, got some results, got testimonials, used the testimonials to sell the next one, and the rest is history. That's kind of how it started. I feel like there's a beauty of naivete. There's a beauty of doing things in accordance to what your heart and your voice is telling you, and not knowing the full picture, like not knowing what's going to happen. There's actually a beauty in that. Because when you start doing things out of that pure sense of creativity and joy, over time you realize things sort of pan out.
Yeah, true.
Right? The universe is always here to support you in your favor. So sometimes all you need to do is to listen to your voice and take the first step. And once you take the first step, the next step reveals itself. The next step reveals itself.
Yeah.
And many a times that's how businesses are built.
True.
Like if you ask entrepreneurs, like, how do you manage to start your business? There's no one answer, right? A lot of them figure things out along the way.
That's why we can never run out of content.
Yeah.
Everybody will have a different answer, right?
Everyone has a different answer.
Yeah. Okay. And you realizing that gap, right? At that point of time, do you think that this will be a business that I want to do in the long run? Or do you think like, okay, this is working out, let's just try to do, and we'll see how long it will last?
Yeah.
Which
my goals have definitely changed over time. So when I first started, my only goal is I want to do something I actually enjoy and earn a fresh grad pay. That's it. Very simple. I just don't want to get a job. I just remembered. So once I achieved that, then my goal shifted. It's like, okay, how can I make this something that I can do even as I'm traveling? Then being a digital nomad was something I wanted to do. So I did that, achieved that, started traveling and working in multiple different countries. And then this year I feel very grounded. I just kind of want to stay in Singapore. So things have shifted over time, and now my goals have shifted as well. So now I'm thinking, how can I build a sustainable and global brand to lead me to my dream of having my own world tour? Right? How can I get clearer and even more convicted of the message I want to share with the world? What is my spiky point of view? What is my spicy point of view? Like, what is the view that I have that has the potential to shift perspectives? Not just about helping people be more confident, like we know that's important, but what are some mindsets I want to change and shift? Like, what is the unique point of view that I have? I'm starting to think about what I want to put out there in the world, and also how sustainable it is eventually for me to build that world tour dream of mine. So I think things have shifted over time.
I mean, it seems like when you say global, right, it seems like it is a huge gap that you are trying to fill up, right? So to your point of view, why is it necessary for people nowadays especially to really learn to own their voice?
I feel very worried because nowadays, the people that I talk to, they are so young in terms of age, like just like early 30s, late 20s, and yet it's almost like their life has been sucked out of them. So we're seeing people prioritizing productivity and efficiency and hustling over things like creativity, experiences, and a lot of other things that make life worthwhile. And what I've realized in my own personal experience, my own journey through healing from workaholism, is that productivity kills our uniqueness.
True.
And efficiency kills our humanity. Right? And you can see that a lot of large organizations, they value the KPI, they value the ROI, they're trying to even use AI to make things more productive. And yes, there is those benefits, but what happens when productivity is valued over the humanity of it all, over uniqueness, over like experimentation? Then what happens is we start to kill off the human sides of us in order to make things more productive and more efficient. So that is why I see the importance of owning your voice, because I think in this day and age, with AI making things so much more productive and efficient, we need to remember that there are human parts of us that can't be replaced and should never be replaced. Creativity, imagination, joy, connection, these things can never be replaced by AI. And I hope they never get replaced by AI, because things are a bit scary nowadays, which I can share an example later on. But I think choosing to own your voice is remembering the importance of being human. Choosing to own your voice is being human. Right? And in an age where we prioritize efficiency and productivity, is more important now than ever. Of course, there's the practical side of things, right? Now with AI being able to be our assistant and do a lot of things that we needed humans to do last time, it actually gives us an opportunity to get even more curious as to what things we can offer as humans that AI can never replace. Like I mentioned, creativity, our unique point of view, our unique perspective, the relationships that we build with people. So one thing that AI can never replace is our point of view. It's our original thoughts. And that is why it's so important to own your voice now, because if you do not recognize your original thoughts, if you do not learn how to communicate your point of view, you're going to be replaced by AI. So that's the practical side of things, right? You want to own your voice so that you still have that place in this world. So you're able to recognize your potential by sharing your thoughts and perspectives. What are your thoughts?
Okay, so to me, and I think this is something we have been experimenting, right? When you talk about owning your voice, we can actually make AI own our voice too.
Oh, how so?
We can let the AI learn about ourselves. Like every single thing that we do every single day for the past however many years that we have lived, if we were to feed it into AI, it will be able to share with us or perhaps share to the world what our voice actually sound like. So to me, I think it is replaceable. What made me a bit, a bit curious, or maybe, it's really curiosity. Like knowing that AI is able to do that, right? Will that make our human side be much less valuable in the marketplace?
Well, have you ever tried using AI to do copywriting before?
Yeah,
definitely.
We do.
Yeah, you guys do, right?
Yeah.
So how's your experience with that? Are you satisfied with the results?
I think nowadays we are pretty much satisfied with a lot of our copywriting.
But do you have to tweak it yourself, or like when you first use chat or any AI formats, it was able to give you the copy that you wanted?
Of course, at the start it didn't. But because we keep feeding it.
Yeah, feeding our stories, how we sound like, how we eventually tweak the content. So even like, because what most people don't do, I feel, is after they've tweaked the content, they don't share it back inside the AI to tell them like, hey, this is how I sound like,
my voice is
this is how it's like, this is how I would have written the post. For it to memorize how you actually sound like. So that's one of the mistakes that most people don't do. So for me, I think I'm about 90% satisfied. So of course I still tweak, but it's not as much.
Yeah. So you can see from your experience that there is still a lot of human teaching and human strategy that needs to come in. The humanness of it still is there. Like you couldn't have just asked AI to do it for you without you teaching AI or you building a relationship with AI. And ultimately you needed to incorporate your own perspective, your own values, your own alignment into the process. So actually from your experience, you realize you can never be replaced. There needs to be someone, there needs to be a human being to ensure that whatever they're putting out on social media will be able to connect with their audience. Because if you leave that to AI, what's going to happen is there's no checks at all. You're just allowing a bot to build a relationship with actual human people. It's not going to work. Because it's human people that build a relationship with human people, truly. Actually, I'm really scared to see a world where bots can build a relationship with human people completely. I think that would be a very scary world.
Do you think it's an eventuality?
So have you read the news about AI boyfriends?
Yeah, so
really
that's happening right
China?
now. Yes.
Yes, so it's actually very worrying to me. No, it's really very worrying, and I choose not to believe that this world will ever be taken over by that. Because you know what's been happening in these, for example, China, people are working such long hours, they're so tired, and when they get back home, the last thing they want is to deal with relationship issues and tough conversations. They just want to have someone affirm them and have a conversation with them that makes them feel better. And a lot of these AI boyfriends can do that, right? AI can remember when your period is. AI can remember so many things that a human
That's
cannot.
true.
Not even Hanapi. Even though Hanapi has a very good memory, I think AI can remember things way more than a human can. So, and AI actually never really disagrees with you. If you think about it, AI is there to actually affirm you, to confirm for you. Most of the time, is there to serve you, right?
Yeah, and occasionally sit on the fence just to make you think.
Yes.
And then after that, affirm you. After.
Like, of course, they can debate you according to facts.
Yes.
But a lot of things in an actual human relationship is not factual, but it is two humans with different perspectives. When
And
there's
emotions,
conflict and emotions, when there's conflict, you learn the valuable skill of conflict management. You learn the valuable skill of learning, being aware of who you are when you meet someone that is different from you.
True.
Right? And when you're allowing people to rely on AI boyfriends or AI people, what happens is that you no longer give them the incentive to learn a lot of these human skills that is important in our human development.
Yes.
Like conflict management, resolution management, being able to manage your own emotions. These are things that are so important. And I'm actually really worried that we're going to start, as humans, we evolve. But when things get too easy, what's the opposite of evolve? We
Evolve.
I don't know, but like become degenerate, like that kind of, so that's actually very, very worrying. So I hope that day never happens. I really hope so, because if, let's say, we don't own our voice, we don't recognize the importance of our own humanity, what's going to happen is we're going to ultimately be relying more on things that are efficient and productive, and then life kind of loses its meaning, right? So what we're trying to protect here really is the meaning of life. It's really the meaning of life. It's like, just because we can do something doesn't mean we need to, right? Like, even looking at the environment and tourism, just because you can take this piece of land and build a huge hotel in order to earn a lot of money doesn't mean you should. Right? And there is meaning in allowing that piece of land to be there, because that land is X number of years old and holds a lot of culture and heritage. There is meaning in this. But when we start replacing meaning with efficiency and productivity, what is the point of life? There really is no point of life anymore. So we're just talking about retaining our uniqueness, our own humanity. And that's the importance of owning your voice.
So on your point of view, what is the point of life?
Oh my gosh, I love that.
do you feel like you just shot yourself in the foot?
No, I love that question because I feel like I ask myself that a lot, and I don't know if I've ever found an answer. The point of life is to experience.
Okay.
Yeah, it's to experience. It's to experience.
It's to live, right?
Yeah, it's to live and to experience. That's the point of life. the point of life is to experience what it's like to be human and also to be a spiritual being in this, three-dimensional world. So we are placed on this earth, and there's so many different things that we go through. And through everything, through every challenge, we learn something new about ourselves. That is what experiencing is.
True.
It's like you're watching this mental movie, and that really is the point of life for me, is to experience. It's not to achieve anything. It's not to, earn this amount of money. Like any goals that I have are placed there. I felt the desire for them in order for me to experience myself. So let's say I want to achieve this goal. The reason why I felt compelled to set this goal is because my soul decided to experience ambition. Right? Or my soul decided to experience support and love that exists when you're fighting a battle and your friends and family come to you and support you. So I think that our soul was placed here to experience, and it is about experiencing both the highs and lows of life. So that really is the meaning of life. So when we prioritize productivity and efficiency over our humanity, over allowing time to experience life, then the meaning of life is lost. Right? That is why there's so many people that have made it in life on paper that feel empty and hopeless because they haven't taken the time to experience life.
Yeah.
On paper, they seem perfect, but they're actually not really living a life. They have just built a resume that they don't even want to have.
So do you think that the answer that you just gave also answers what you were facing previously when you mentioned about...
Yes.
It's making you answer your own question.
No, but that is life.
It is.
We can't connect the dot, like Steve Jobs says, we can't connect the dot looking forwards, we can only connect the dots looking back. So whenever I go through a challenge, I just tell myself, okay, I know that this challenge was placed here to teach me something, to evolve me into a person that I want to become in order for me to be on that next stage and that next stage. And I'm going to eventually realize why this is here. Yeah.
Okay, I mean, there were so many words thrown around, right? Like evolution, human evolution, how you progress, what's the point of life. The question I want to throw to you right now is, what's next for you?
Oh, okay. What does life...
What is the next evolution of Rae Fung?
What does life have for me to experience?
I mean, earlier you mentioned about you decide this year you want to be grounded here, right? What's next?
So as you know, as I mentioned, my biggest dream is to have my own world tour.
Yes.
Right? So what I'm doing this year is to take actions that allow me to live that dream today. Right? Even if it's just like 1% of that dream. So a part of my world tour would be to craft experiences where people can recognize the importance of their own voice and learn how to own their voice. So this year, I'm hosting a lot more events and gatherings. So in the past 2 months, I've done like 5 already.
Wow.
Yeah, so it started in the first week of April. I decided to throw a milestone party to celebrate my 1,000th post on Instagram. I know it's very dramatic.
Awesome.
It sounds very dramatic, but I just did that for fun, and 45 people showed up, which was more than I ever thought. I was like, I hope 10 people show up, like 45 people show up. And I gave people an opportunity to go to the front of the stage and share about their passions for 5 minutes. So people did that, and it was such a beautiful experience. That is literally an experience of owning your voice, choosing to go up there on stage in front of strangers to talk about what you love for 5 minutes.
Okay.
Right. So I've been doing that. I've been doing other things, collaborating with others. So that's one thing that I'm excited about this year, to be like the one-stop, not really one-stop, but to be the most well-known for creating events that help you own your voice, to be like top of mind, right? So that's one thing that I want to do, to build the reputation of events that Own Your Voice creates, and to over time grow the amount of people that attend those events and make it more sustainable. So looking for location partners, looking for sponsors, so then ultimately these events become sustainable in the long run.
Okay.
And then the second thing that I'm looking forward to do is to I would say like refine my point of view. So what I've shared today is a lot about my point of view of why own your voice is important in this day and age. So I'm still in that process of researching perspectives, getting curious about the science of it all, reading research papers. Like that is what I'm doing right now, reading various books. So I'm crafting and curating my point of view, getting even more curious as to why I think a certain way. So that's the second thing that I'm doing. And then last but not least, the third thing I'm doing is to continue coaching, to continue putting out courses. I'm going to have my third run of the Rising Leaders House Party, which is a 2.5-week experience that I've curated in July. So I'm really, really excited when that happens. And I'm planning to continue doing that every couple of months so that people can experience what it's like to own your voice for 2.5 weeks before deciding to work with me through coaching. So those are my next steps. Sometimes having a big dream can be quite overwhelming because it's like, how am I going to work towards having my own world tour? That is so big.
Yeah, it's a step-by-step process.
What I always tell people is to ask themselves, how can you live that dream today?
Okay.
How can you do it today with the resources you have? And how I can do it today is to host the events that I can today with my current audience in the country that I'm living in before I go global. The second thing would be to continue doing the work that I do through my courses and my coaching. And the third thing would be to read, reflect, and continue using my voice. That is how I'm going to build towards the eventual world tour.
Okay. I mean, the world tour doesn't have to be like, you like on a set and then just talking.
That's the
right?
thing, like I don't know how it's going to look like.
Yeah.
Right?
It could be like you doing whatever that you're doing right now in terms of hosting events, but do it globally.
Yes, exactly. That's what I mean by world tour. Like very inspired by Jay Shetty, by Rupi Kaur, by Anna Khanna, by who's the other lady? Alexandra Cooper, who does Call Her Daddy, one of the famous most listened to women podcasts in the world, I think, if I'm not wrong.
I thought that's Mel Robbins. So
I'm not sure.
Listen to.
Anyways,
anyway.
they're both really good. So I'm sure Mel, if Mel Robbins does her world tour one day, I'm sure plenty of people would opt for it. Yeah. So basically building a global brand presence so that I'm able to have my own world tour. That's a dream.
Awesome.
Okay.
Want to proceed with the rapid fire question?
Ooh.
We have a rapid fire question.
Oh my gosh.
So, okay. Are you ready?
I will try to be ready for the rapid fire.
Just five. Just five of it.
Wait. What are the rules? Rapid fire means that you can only share one sentence, is it?
Yeah. One sentence.
Preferably.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Question 1. A book that changed your approach to communication.
Oh my gosh, this is so hard.
5, 4, 3.
No.
I'm kidding.
The Values Factor by Dr. John DeMartini.
Okay. One non-negotiable in your morning or daily routine.
Oh, this is easy. Read for 10 minutes and write for 10 minutes.
Okay. What's a misconception people have about you?
That I'm very serious all the time. No. Misconception. I think that I'm just one thing. Maybe people might have that misconception that I'm just one thing or I'm a lot of things and I'm all over the place. But actually, I'm very multifaceted. But I do have a sense of focus, which is to help people own their voice.
Okay. Most powerful stage moment of your life so far?
Being on the UN stage, hosting an event for the United Nations. I feel like it's a tie between that and creating my own talk show. Oh my goodness. These two, can I just choose two? I broke the rules.
Sure.
Yeah. What does owning your voice look like today for you? Last question.
Yeah. I think you can have more than one sentence for this.
This is so hard.
Yeah,
this is like
for one
not
sentence,
a
I think.
rapid fire. Today, right?
Yeah.
Today. Oh my goodness. Owning my voice
Empowered.
today is to recognize that it's okay to be vulnerable.
Okay.
And I don't have to be confident and look confident all the time. Yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
We have one last final question. I mean, it's going to throw you one.
Our bonus question for all our guests. If today you are stripped away of everything,
Ooh.
you're only left with $88 in your bank account, how would you rebuild back your life?
Okay. this is a very strategic question.
Yeah.
$88, what I would do, the first thing that I would do, I'm stripped away of everything, but I believe I still have my relationships.
Yes, your relationship and
Your
also your
skills.
skills.
Oh my gosh, this is fun. I don't even need to have $88. Okay, what I would do first is I will have a good meal because that will keep me powered up, and I think that's very important. And then I would sit down and I'll think of all the people that I have in my network and choose 5 people that I can form like a little Avengers team with to start a personal brand. Because I believe that starting a personal brand requires almost nothing. So I'll find someone who is great with social media. I'll find someone who's great with video editing. I'll find someone that's great on screen that can be my co-host or build a brand, like a personality-based brand with me. I'll find someone great at operations. So I'll find 5 people. It can even be 3 people, to be honest, who will be able to work together to create a really good, compelling personal brand. So I'll start with that. Right? And we'll just go on social media, build a brand, and with that, we're going to invite collaborators. We're going to be able to sell products. We're going to be able to sell coaching. That's what I'm going to be doing. I feel like building a personal brand is the most valuable asset in today's day and age, because if you're stripped away of everything, your personal brand can sell things for you. Your personal brand can invite collaborators to work with you. Your personal brand is the relationships that you have with your audience and your people.
Yep.
And when you have a strong brand, people are willing to help you. So that's what I'm going to do.
Awesome.
Wow.
I think
I totally agree with you.
yes.
And I'm going to share with you why. Okay.
Why?
So before this, I was actually working in another agency prior to this. But when I left because I got poached, and then when I quit after that, I was still getting offers, and it's mainly because of my personal brand, of the brand that I've already created prior. So even if I'm stripped of everything, with $88, I think
The good meal is important.
Yes, you need to fuel up first.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah. I
technically
totally
you don't
agree.
really need any money, because
Yeah.
relationships
Yeah.
are your gold. They are your abundance.
Yeah.
Which goes back to a lot of what we talked about today, which is the importance of recognizing our humanity and
Yes.
never ever sacrificing your relationships for money. Because money can disappear,
Yeah.
but your relationships are what will save you. Like literally.
Nice. Okay. So speaking of relationship, how can our listeners create a relationship with you? How can they find you?
Yeah.
I love that. Okay, so you can find me on Instagram, which is my favorite platform. I think I'm the most active on there. Email as well. So I send 1 email every week, and I have an open rate of 60%. So I think people
Awesome.
love my emails. So you can find me on those 2 platforms. And
What's your IG handle?
oh yeah, my IG handle. Okay, Rae Matrix. RAEMATRIX. I actually have a podcast as well, but I think you guys are way more consistent with it. So if you search Own Your Voice with Rae on Spotify, I'm sure you can find it.
Awesome.
Awesome. And with that being said, thank you so much, Rae, for being here, for gracing the studio, for sharing with us all your
Golden nuggets.
your life journey, your presence, your trauma, and everything, right? And that being said, thank you so much. And to the listeners, thank you for tuning in all the way to part 2, and we shall see you again next time. Bye bye.